Hello. Hello. I have decided that I can finally make some time to play this game because I wanted to for a very long time. I wanted to make a Let's Play as a anniversary for the game. So we are going to do that. It's been a while since I played this game, and normally I wanted to do this on November, when it was the first anniversary of the game. However, I've been rather busy, so yeah. How does this game work? Okay. 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 Yeah, I'll watch it. I want to have this game documented down because of two reasons, or multiple reasons. One, there is only gameplay of the game in the for the beginning part of the game, but I've yet to see a playthrough or a walkthrough, and since I wanted to play this game for myself and wanted to play this game as an anniversary thing, I decided to do this and take the opportunity to talk about the game, talk about the production, more like a look back onto things, a post-mortem, as some may say, and talk a little bit about everything, because I am the developer of the game, and I think maybe some things here and there might be insightful for some people to know, to learn about, or maybe just for me, I don't know. I just wanted to do this. I do want to note that I'm a little bit sick, so yeah. And I'm really curious how much this game holds up, since it's my first game and it has been a solid year or two since I made this, because this game got released around November 14th, 2022, maybe 23. And now soon after this game I made my second game, which also took a year, and that is now being released for a few months. So yeah. Either way, if I don't have anything to talk about, I just play the game. There's not really a whole lot to say other than this looks ugly. I mean, it's good that I can say this myself, since this image right here took me a lot of time to make, but if I look at it right now, I can see how much I've grown, because this is not up to my standards anymore. I mean, it used to be more ugly, because the first version of the game had this area in a even more dire state. So this is technically the upgraded version. Also, I'm not reading the text. I've read it too much during development. I think I've seen this cutscene more than 400 times because bug testing, a lot of bug testing. And I'm not the type that does like the reading out loud, funny voices thing. I'm just not like that. Sorry about that, but you can just read it. And I think I'm going to also put on a recording of this without me talking over it, without me commentating on it. I mean, this is live commentation, but you know what I mean. I just cut my voice out and upload 2 videos, with one with my voice and another one without my voice, so I can watch that later without, listening to myself, because I really do not like my voice, but who cares, long story short, for people who don't know this game, you are special, and the village has been attacked by monsters, and the people that are left over think that the special people are the source of evil. Therefore you will be thrown down here in this well to die. Lemau. So yeah, that's the whole gist of it, honestly. Oh, I will apologize beforehand for all the coughing and the sniffing, because this week I wanted to record a devlog for my video, and I was writing down a whole lot of stuff, and I didn't manage to complete it in time, and I can't record anything next week. So I decided to do this because I feel this is a opportunity, more or less. I wanted to do this for a long time, and yeah, I don't really feel like working like right now. And of course, this is a part of my job, because this is making content, and I need subscribers and all that kind of stuff, yada yada. But I don't think this is the best way to do that, but nonetheless, I think despite everything, just playing this game in general and have something about it on YouTube just for people to watch, or things that can be archived, is beneficial. I know that this game most likely is not interesting to watch, because it's kind of repetitive at times, and there's not a whole lot of things to talk about. And like I said before, I'm the developer of this game, but it's been so long that I almost forgot everything about it. And at first I wanted to make a post-mortem about the game, but after the release of the game and during the last months of development, I went through hell. I got massively burned out, and I am possibly still struggling from it today. So yeah, normally I would work on my games, or this game in particular, for a 50 hours a week minimum. And nowadays I struggle to achieve even half of that. So when I started to develop my second game, Cola Cola, normally that game would only take half a year to make, because it's very simple, very small, and it took a whole year because I was struggling a lot. But that's all right, because you know, everything has a first time. Everything is a learning process, and also one thing I need to learn is how to play this game. Let's see. Shift. Eat your food. Those are my items. Bottom right is my difficulty. Chest. Cool. This was a really big pain to make, this chest. I will talk about it later, because we'll be using chests a lot of times in this game. Let's see. Let's talk first. Oh yeah, that's true. The first running underground, I think I made it so you can't get killed because of cutscene issues. I also want to note that this game is held together with duct tape, and I'm not going to update it solely by the reason that if I fix one thing, 2 other things will break, and the code is so sloppy that I do not want to touch it. It's finished. I'm not going to. I mean, I feel a little bit sad about it, because a part of me wanted to add more game modes to this game. But that's maybe for a sequel or something like that. I don't know if that ever is going to happen. However, not that it matters. I mean, at the point of this recording, people, only let me think, 800 people played this game. Can I eat this? No, okay. So yeah, did the background change? Yeah, this is the background you're used to watching when you start up the game. The background does change depending on how far you are in the game. I can't play. Okay. I hope all the recording stuff is okay. The music is a bit loud though, but I can fix that in post-production. So talking a little bit during combat will be difficult, because it requires some attention to play this game, especially later on. Whew. I think also a issue with this game is that the beginning has a lot of text, and people don't want to read, they want to play. And the downside of this is that a good chunk of the text in the game is at the beginning, and after that it slows down a lot. Not the game, but I mean the dialogue. It becomes a lot less, you know? So after this cutscene, there isn't really a whole lot of talking anymore. It's just going back and forth and doing your quests. And this game is very simple in that regard, that you have to do only one main quest, and how you tackle that quest is up to you. And how you do that is to stay alive and get resources. And I think it's now a good time to talk about these things, because if you don't know what this game is about, or you did not pause in the beginning of the video when I was going over that how to play page, then you don't know what the game is, how the thing does work. And I should explain that. So on the bottom, no, that's the top left, yes, I can do English, is your hunger. Those are basically your lives. If you run out of those, it is game over. Now the thing with this game is that it's incredibly scary. Why? Because it's a bullet hell, which, people find scary to play. But not only that, it has permadeath, which means that if you run out of lives, the game deletes your save file. So that is permanent, but if you eat more and more, you can survive that. So you have to juggle between keeping yourself alive, not losing your save file, and also getting the resources to grow stronger. And the resources you're getting is at the top right, that's the 24, that's the pebbles. Those are basically your money, and money equals, food, upgrades, items. Above the statue in the middle with the 3 dots, the necklace up there, those are your health items. Those give buffs, make you stronger. However, you will lose those if you die. So it's incredibly risky to have anything in this game, and this game is very harsh in that regard. So I recommend playing this game when you have no fear of dying and no fear of losing progress, and have a healthy amount of time, because it could be possible that you lose your save file. But the further you are in the game, the more progress you made, the less chances there are to lose your save file. So in the end, it's up to the player how safe they want to play and how risky they will take decisions. The 4 thing on the top of the screen, between the food and the necklace, are these 1.5 circle, and that's your difficulty. Difficulty increases the more you walk back and forward. But it's a risk-reward system, so the higher the difficulty, the more rewards you will get. And I think the main issue with this game is that the best thing to do, technically, is to play it safe, play it slow, so you don't lose your progress. But then the game becomes repetitive. And I agree that this is a design mistake, this is a flaw. Because the best way to play this game is technically to push limits, go as high as you can and make the most out of it, because more rewards will also make the grind shorter. So, long story short, get good. I'm really curious how long time has been passing by. I'm really curious how long I've been recording. That's what I meant to say, because now that I'm talking, now that I'm, witnessing the game after so long, I can feel that this is a little bit dragging on. Let's see. So this is the food shop. Here you can buy food. So I can buy 2 of these. This is very expensive. I can't buy this one. And now, so my max food is 5. My max health is 4. My max special is 1 for special attacks, and my extra jumps are 1. So I can now eat the food. You can see on the top left I now have more lives. So now we are going to go back. Yes, because I can't go to the right yet, because the game says let's go back to the left, because we are still in the tutorial. You could argue that the tutorial is above ground and the game starts underground. But that's not entirely true. That's a waste. Not that I can't talk today, sorry. So that's a nice shot. So for every enemy you defeat, you get 1 pebble. So I've defeated around 60 enemies now, so that's good. Also, because you are running from one place to the other, you lose hunger, you lose lives. And on hard mode, it's doubled. So normally I would only lose 1 piece of hunger, but I lost 2. The reason why I'm playing on hard is mainly because some enemies have new attacks, so I want to showcase everything. And on hardcore, you miss out on some stuff. So I recommend playing on hard if you want to see everything about this game. But if you just suck and can't play games good, that's alright. Everybody has their own skill level. But if you just want to try it out, there is a easy mode. And there are cheat codes. So in the beginning of the game you get, I think, infinite health for people who really can't make it through. Just if they are curious to see what the game has to offer. Because this is the very best game in existence. So everybody wants to play this. Jokes aside, I think I'm happy that I included accessibility for some people in this game. I've put a lot of work in this. I can clearly tell. So this is a necklace. I don't need that. This is a necklace. I also don't need that. I need food, like really badly. Because if I go to the right, which I have to do soon, I assume, if I die, I lose my save file. Of course, it's hard mode, so normally this wouldn't be an issue if you were playing the game. I've never seen someone on hard mode. Honestly, all the videos on YouTube so far at this point are just play up to this point. Maybe some play a little bit further and then they quit. So most of them just stop halfway the tutorial and they play all on normal, which is normal. Because I learned that adding difficulties to games most of the time it's not really a wise decision, because people games are made with a certain experience in mind, and the first version of this game did not have multiple difficulties. It was just this game mode. It was hard, with a little bit leeway here and there. But when people during playtesting started to complain that this is just simply too hard, I had to make some compromises. Not to mention when I was in the final month of production, when I was making the final fights of the game, I noticed that the difficulty became too much, so I had to make the final fights easier. But then the fights beforehand became as difficult as the last fights, so I had to make those easier, and so on and so on. So at some point during development, I had major issues with the difficulty, and I had to juggle a lot of things around and rework almost every every battle in the game. So this is movement. You can read this if you want to, but I will not. I know how things work, mostly. It's all coming back to me. Dying takes away 3 pieces of hunger. If you die with 2 or less, you will permanently die. Okay. Running will take 1 piece of hunger, but you have seen it takes 2 away at this difficulty. Difficulty, hunger, dying. Cool. Okay. Let's see. So now I can go further to the right. And also, wasn't there a mechanic where if you ran away from the statue, if you run while starving, then you will start with a sliver of health? Yes, so that's a thing to take in consideration. I mean, I don't have anything, so I guess I'll just go. So the only thing I have to do is not die. Easy. But I have to admit, this is a somewhat stressful point in the game. I mean, if I were to lose my save file, I could skip all dialogue. So it's not that big of an investment. I'll be sure to grab as much pebbles as I can. See, now I'm starving, so if I happen to leave this place, I would have 1 health. and I would just die. The reason why I added this is to put an emphasis on the hunger system, but also with the crazy idea that if someday some person wants to speedrun this game, real daredevils would run starving, because then they would save time, which is a completely crazy idea. To think that people would play this game in the first place. I don't need to be so harsh on myself. It's not a bad game per se. It's just that there's a lot of competition, you know? And this is for a very niche audience. 1, 2, 3, and then I am going to buy a bunch of this, put these in there like that. So I know that I have to go to the right, then I will have to come back to the left. So if I go to the right, I will have 3 hunger left. If I go to the left and die, I at least get a second attempt if I bring 2 of these. Okay. But also, can I, no, okay, that's unlocked when I go to the right. Time for blue. Oh. So, now we're here. Sorry, I was just thinking. So if I rest here, then I will find... So if you rest, you can lower your difficulty. That's the name of the game. But I'm not going to lower my difficulty, I'm just going to rest. Because if I do this, I will find a funny guy. This guy is a funny guy. He's not funny, but I don't know how to describe him. I know how I would describe him. He's lore. He's the lore guy. Background. I should not go so fast through this text, because I'm not reading it, but I don't have to go so quickly. This is not a speedrun or anything. But you know, text has been building up a little bit, so I want to play. But I think I will end this episode, so to say, when I'm done with the tutorial, when I have beaten my first boss. So I can't go to the right, I have to go to the left. I can now offer pebbles, offer items and rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat one of these, offer this one. So now my max hunger increased, and you can see on the statue there are multiple holes in it, and one of those holes has lit up now. And if you can see in my progress, in the middle bar there's now a purple dot, and that means that my purple statue is now level 1. Amazing. And every time you donate to a statue, there's a certain threshold in which you have to, fulfill, and then you get permanent buffs. And that's the way to level up in this game. So if I go save and quit now, I guess the title screen, I thought it would be blue, but it's not blue. Anyway, I now have a blade which expands my moveset. So what I can do now is this. This blade will be your best friend, because it's very powerful, and it also boosts your speed and special. So your speed is on the top right. The more you hit, the more speed you gain. If you go too slow, the enemies will catch up to you and you will die. Then you have the jumps, the amount of jumps you can do next to that, then the amount of blades, then the amount of special, and then your health. But you will see that plenty enough, so don't worry about it. Why should you? Like, for real, why should you worry? I'm playing the game. Unless you're that kind of person that gets really invested when someone plays a game. How are you doing? Doing fine. Find the blade. How did you know? Frederick. Da, 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 da. So now I am going to first of all eat, because I've now 6 hunger instead of 5 thanks to the upgrade, and I'm going to level up this statue as well. And the first level up is more or less free. So what I'm going to do is stack up on food. I will transport that food to the left, and if I put these pebbles, see? So the blue statue has now been leveled up, and I've got 2 special attacks now, which is useful. A part of me wants to remove the necklace, but I think I'm going to keep it on for now and go back and forward a little bit and put some and put some food in the chest of the red area. it went pretty alright. So now I'm going to put these here, talk to the NPCs. There's nothing new. So how quests work in this game is that you have the question mark and the explanation point. The explanation point advances the story and unlocks new things. The question mark doesn't do anything, I believe. So you can skip them, but just for the sake of documenting this game, I'm going through them. Besides, maybe this video does well, maybe people take interest in it, maybe people will be like, yes, I want to know everything about these characters. There's not a whole lot to them, honestly, but at the same time, there are a lot of games that have these kind of simple characters. The main thing that I wanted to achieve with these characters is that it's a little bit, how do I describe it? You know, when there are a lot of games that have NPCs that feel very robotic and stiff in the way how they talk and how they behave, I wanted to avoid that with this game. I really should not click this fast. Which is funny, because if I'm going to make the video with a non-commentary, then at certain points I just stand still for no reason, and that would be silly. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Why would it be? But nonetheless, I want to keep in the back of my head that when I'm recording this, when I'm editing this, I don't have to cut in multiple different places just to, you know, keep the pace going. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, there was a demo for this game, and it ended just after the tutorial. With one extra bonus boss. if somebody is wondering how you pronounce the name of the enemy, it's a Ayard, which is derivative from the words I, of course, and aard, which is earth or ground, from the, what was it, Dutch or Belgian translation of the word, because I've learned that coming up with good names is very difficult, and you can see that clearly in some fan-made Pokemon games where fans make their own Pokemon and they have a name that is not good. It's a very simple or bad name. And I learned from playing Pokemon and Monster Hunter that naming something requires a lot of effort, surprisingly. And a trick that a lot of people tend to do is to use different languages, use words from those or different cultures and mash them together. So normally it would be I earth, but because I translated earth to a different language, I got aard, and now you get Ayard. So now you know. Ta-da! So long story short, what has been happening in the story is that I now have to defeat a boss. And like we already established, difficulty rises. How? When you run from A to B. So the difficulty at this moment is now 3, and it was capped at 3. But now that we advance the story, it has been capped to 6, I believe. So when the difficulty goes to 4, we should find a boss. So now the difficulty is 4. And we've stacked up on some food. Also, I should have donated to the red statue. I forgot. That's not the end of the world. So now I'm going to stuff myself full with food. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna eat all this food. Gonna eat this. I'm going to put one in here, grab this, and then the boss will drop an item if I manage to win. So I need to keep one slot open. And then I bring this food to the left chest. Yes. I'm a little bit worried though, for when I have to run back over here. And just for safety measures, I'm going to put the rest that I have in here. So nothing goes to waste, because if you die, you not only lose all your items, but you lose also your pebbles. So think smart, play smart. Also when you die, you lose difficulty. I forgot how much. I think it was 1. Yes, I think it was 1, because the main reason behind this is that in the older version you would lose all your difficulty, and the optimal play was to put everything in a chest and donate everything, every pebble to the statue, go outside, get defeated and respawn, because it would cost less hunger to die than to rest. So I fixed that in a later version. Anyway, boss fight. I think I will die. taken out the small ones. I've broken both horns of the boss, so I now can just win. Okay. That went pretty well, if I do say so myself. I will put this one here. So now it's organized. Let's see. Do I want to end the episode here? No, not really. Not really. I'm just going to talk with the other ones first. Because I think at this point I have unlocked 2 new necklaces. Not that I'm going to buy them. A part of me is thinking that I should donate food, but I think I'll just donate everything I have right now. 250 pebbles. It's quite a lot, actually. And besides, the difficulty has now risen to 5. So, I mean, you can guess what comes next, and I think you already know. And I don't know how it will go, because last fight went really well. Let's see. Yes. So I could buy this one, have extra HP, but the downside of it is that it will take inventory space. So while it is more defensive to do this, I will lose out on rewards, and I want stuff. And here you can see it costs 200 pebbles and 1 twin-eyed redstone. So the stone I just got from the boss. And 1 twin-eyed blue stone. So you can already know how this game is working out so far. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is new. So long story short, this blade gives you slow motion abilities, and you can cut through enemies and through attacks. When you hit one, you regain your blade. You can only regain your blade when you are on the ground. So being airborne is put yourself in a vulnerable state. And when you hit a boss with a blade, you get iframes, which can be really helpful. I forgot that was put in the game. But the most important thing to know is that when you use the blade, you can't land on a hazard. So you have to slice through things, not on top of things. And there's a timer on it as well, so you can't hold down the blade forever, but you have enough time to navigate. And at that point in the game, when you use the blade, my preference is to use the controller, because you can angle your direction easier with the right stick or the left stick, I think the right stick. But now you have to use the mouse, and it goes a little bit slower. And of course that's it's not the end of the world, it's basically the same, but just a small thing I wanted to address. Oh yeah, the quest. Yes. So now I have the permission to go purple. And when you go into the purple, that is when the demo ends of the game. Of course, this is the full game, it is for free, you can download it. I will put a link in the description if you really want to. But you know. So the only thing left to do in the demo would be go to difficulty 6, beat red, beat blue, and that would be everything. And maybe 2 secret cutscenes? I don't know for sure. I will offer everything I have. Extra health, that's what I need. And I was hoping for a second upgrade, which I did not get. Oh well. Does the game turn blue now? Yes, background is blue. Cool. I just wanted to know. That's all. Because I think there are 14 or 16 or maybe 11. It's a double digit. There are multiple backgrounds for the main menu. So now it's going to get difficult. Now I'm using the golden glow, the iframes, because I hit a boss with a blade. And now I'm in a very good position, because enemies are thinning out and I'm powered up. Also the fact that I know how big my hitbox is really helps out. If you're wondering how you can see what your hitbox is, there is a hitbox viewer programmed into the game. So you can see the hitboxes of every single thing in the game. It's a extra option in the options menu. Yeah, I've basically won. Oh. Ta-da! Nice! That went really well. So I want... What's this? This is really good. So every boss stone dropped, you can use to get this. And the higher your hunger meter is, the better it gets. So I have 6 hunger in total. So this would give me 3 pieces of hunger, which is equal to 3 of these. So at this point in the game, it's good. because you don't have a lot of inventory yet. So if you're going to travel a lot of distance, this is the way to go. But at the moment, I really want to invest my pebbles into the statues so I can grow stronger, because I'm still using the necklace for health, just for safety measures, because having 4 or 5 health isn't really a lot. If things get messy, if things get bad, it really gets bad. So it's important to prepare well. So I'm going to eat. Just like that. Let's see. Let's talk to him first, then I can think what I want to do. Big tomato. I really like the animation where Trip, you know, the green one, dangles his feet. I really enjoyed making that animation. I kind of like these designs. It's like pixel art-ish, but it's kind of bad. But it has a kind of unique charm to it. Kinda. I do like it. So, what's the issue here? Travel past, beyond, into purple. So this is going to take a little bit of preparation. So if I go to blue right now, there will be 3 bosses, in which I forgot how they attack. After that I will go into purple, which has 3 bosses because the difficulty is capped to 6. So chances are really high that I die, because red is the easy one. If I'm going to take on 3 bosses, I will lose out on 1 item because I only have 3 inventory pieces. So technically I could dump my necklace and call it a day. But I really need to bring food because I'm going to travel past purple, which means it will cost me purple, beyond purple, then I will have to go back and I will have to go to blue, which will cost me 8 hunger in total. So I need to bring a lot of food, which means that just a few pieces of food is not enough. I need proper food. In other words, I need this one. So how much health do I have? I have 5. I really wish I had more. Let's rest for 1. So now it's 5. But when no, I don't want to fight 3 purples at the same time. I really don't. So I'm going to fight 1 blue, 2 purples, and that will turn into 3 purples. No, that would be too much. Then I would, on the backtracking, I would fight 3. So what if I do 2 difficulty, 1 to the right, I get 3 difficulty, then I have to go back, then I will have to fight 1 purple boss and 2 blue bosses. And then I don't have to rest at the statues. So what I'm going to do is to rest to 2. Then I will eat. 1, 2. So this needs to be full. 2. Then I will grab... Wait a minute. I want this... I want this thing sorted. That's just a meeting. I will grab this. I will hold on to the necklace for safety measures, because if I die, that's a death sentence. Because running back will be too long to survive that with the current amount of hunger I have. So I will make one of these, and this gives me 3 hunger. 60. And no bosses will appear. So I will... So that will be 2, 2, 2, 2. Sorry, okay. I will bring one of these. This should be enough. I will offer everything I have. Just like that. And now I can go to the right. One of the main reasons why I wanted to just give me a second, my brain is I'm focused on the fighting. What I wanted to say is that I wanted to showcase the blue boss and then end the episode, which will not be the case. I mean, what I could have done is run to the right, then run to the left, and then end the episode. I could have done that. Silly me. Oh well. You know what? I will run to the right, and then I will end the episode. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's it. And now, save and quit. Because somebody is at the door, so I have to answer that. See you next time.